This is Kilo 4, Papa Echo Whiskey with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or party traffic? None heard. You would already been on here. If there is, call 911 or call us after you've done that. Or call us if you can't reach 911, which I have never heard of happening, but I guess it could. For information on this net, you can go on YouTube and look up my call, K4PEW, in the search block, and you'll figure it out from there. There's a thing called a premiere. Just click on that. You can also go to our website, 146415.net. Information on Simplex. It's very interesting, I think. At least the Simplextons it is. People who want to do Simplex. Also, you can go to groups.io, GROUPS dot India Oscar, and search for MJSS. MJSS, that's Mount Juliet Simplex Society, and that stands for Mount Simplex, Mount Juliet Simplex Society. But you can sign up for email alerts and exchange technical information, etc., among about 200 and I think 203 the last I looked. Some people come and go. Some are actually not even from this area, and they get on there to see what's going on and leave because they learned enough, but they were bored. I'm not sure, but they don't know anybody here. Let's see. Or you can email me, k4pe.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday night and Saturday night. Been doing that for a little over 8 years. Like these are 8 years in 1 month almost. Purpose of the net is to have fun. Really just boils down to that, just to have fun. I know I have a good time, and I think hopefully some others have a good time. We've been doing it for 8 years, so I guess bunches of people at least are putting up with each other on the net. Announcements. And anyway, we also figure out who we can hear and who we can't hear, that kind of stuff. And that's kind of the whole issue with Simplex is figuring out why you can hear certain parties. But if you listen, going to the YouTube channel, you can hear there what you may not be hearing from your station. So it kind of makes it so you're not hearing just dead air, which I'm sure is very boring if you're hearing just mine. I know I heard a bunch of amens on that. As far as the net tonight, this is net number 840. We'll be starting from the north. We are doing the 2-meter net tonight. We're doing followed by the 144.240 upper sideband net. That's 144.240. Then the 50.135 net upper sideband. That's 6 meters, in case you didn't know. F50.135. And then we'll be following it up with the really small net, relatively small at this point. We have about 12 people with the mode and on that frequency. That 223.415. That's on the 220 band. And like I said, there's about 12 of us that are acknowledging that they have 220 facilities, I'll call it. And we've been having a lot of fun off and on over the last couple 3 weeks, and looking for more people to jump in there. But anyway, we might as well just start right now. Does anybody have any other announcements? Very good. Anybody have any canceled? No, not canceled. Does anybody? So we'll just take check-ins. Peter was short on time first. Please come down. Hey, Charles, you doing all right?
Yeah, I've been going to that antenna again today. I cut my hand metal on the pole, but I got it up there. It was straight. Well, actually, earlier today I was messing with it. I kind of fell over a little bit, and then leaning over, got it straight back up again straight. Now it's leaning over again, and it is leaning over towards the power line.
I don't think I'd keep that up. I can fix that up in a hurry. By the way, you got a great signal tonight. You sound very good.
Yeah, whenever it gets high winds, or if I know it's going to be high winds, I'll lower it down.
All right, very good. Anything else for the net, Charles?
I go long.
All right, very good. Hope you go. Yeah, that's right. Hope you're doing fine. This is K4PW. That was Kilo Gulf 4 Sierra Foxtrot, and he's over there in Ashland City, Joelton area. Who else is? Where are you tonight? Oh, in Watertown, West. You're the real bad low signal tonight, anyway.
I'm listening, but
I got you. Excuse me. I guess it's north of Lebanon. What do you call that area, Wes?
It's off of Cold Series. So I am northeast. KE4TW.
Very, very good. Colesbury in the lake, near in the lake. It's the west in that area. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. Who else is short on time?
Good with 848.
Been partner.
Well, I got caught up with all the projects, so I get to check in tonight, and that was a pleasure.
Good.
Yes, sir.
You've got lots more business in your wood burning operation. Ken, did you say you had lots more business and keeping you busy with that wood burning thing?
Yeah, I do a lot of cutting and personalized things. So, yeah, it's going good.
Very good. Anything else for the net tonight?
No, sir. Hope everybody has a good evening, and I'll take care.
Great signal in Smyrna, Whiskey Victor 4 Delta. Who else short on time? First time check-ins. I'm talking slower, so they'll know. We don't have any of those, so we're going to start from the north. Please come now. Anybody from the north? Hey, did you ever get hurt over there in on the DMR? Yeah, DMR, or was it on the Fusion? Fusion.
I think so. I don't know. I only heard Michael one time.
I think he took a check-in from via Charles over there in West Nashville. So I think you did get checked in. Well, I'll make sure it gets duly noted when I see the log.
All right.
Anything else for the net there, Danny?
No, that's here chilling out. Been working on the garage all day.
Oh, you didn't stop to watch any football?
No, I don't care nothing about that.
Oh, I just wondered. I mean, it seems like everybody in Tennessee watches. I could not believe it. If you watch any replay at all, anything, the end of the game is after the game is the best. I've never seen a football field completely. It was. I really today I watched about almost a little more than a quarter, maybe part of the second half, and the second quarter, and some of the fourth quarter. And that's the most football I've watched in a long time. It was just fun because it was a big game between those two rivals. Anyway, anything else, Dan?
No, that's it. You have a good night.
Oh, yeah, we shall give it a try. That was Danny in West Gallatin, Cottontown. That's Kilo Delta 4 Golf, Oscar, November. Who else is north?
WD0.
You a big football fan, Mark?
Well, I was today, that's for sure. It was the longest game. My wife and I were just talking about it, how we sat here for 4.5 hours.
I don't know how long it was. I only watched parts of the second half, but it was a good game when I saw it, and it was back and forth. But you know what occurred to me during that game? And again, Tennessee football is huge, as you know, and I love the SEC. I've lived in the South now for 40 years or whatever, and I think the SEC is better than any other conference in the entire country, which it is. But I grew up in New York State. We don't have anything. We didn't have. I say we. I don't live there anymore. We didn't have anything comparable to like a Tennessee, in terms of big name football in the state. There was colleges that had football, like Buffalo, University of Buffalo had it. And I couldn't tell you who else in the state has. I know Syracuse has football, and I know that some other big colleges have football, but none of them that anybody followed on a statewide base. In other words, nobody in Albany was rooting for Buffalo. There wasn't like a New York university like Tennessee that everybody roots for. But in Tennessee, you do.
You're either for Tennessee or you're against Alabama.
I know, but it's hard. Truthfully, I've always liked Alabama, not because I didn't want them to win today, but I liked them because that's where Joe Namath came from. That's where he came from. Bryant said that Joe Namath was the best. I don't know if he said the best player he ever managed, but he was the best quarterback.
Yeah, that was 50 years ago, Paul.
Why'd you have?
Yeah, but he'll be remembered most for putting on the pantyhose.
You remember him most for being one of the cockiest pro football players on the planet. Anyway, very, very good, Mark. We're boring people who don't remember anything else within that.
Nope, that's it. Have a good evening.
Yeah, 50 years ago. It's longer, actually. And Super Bowl III and beat the Baltimore. It was then the Baltimore Colts. And people younger than that, than me, are definitely not going to know what they're. It's history, man. History. Who else? That was Mark. Whiskey Bravo Zero, November, Oscar, Oscar. Who else is knowing? All righty, to the west.
Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. Kilo November, Juliet Foxtrot.
Hey, very good. Michael, how many did you guys have on the Fusion tonight?
Up with 8.
Oh, excellent. I think we had 6 on whatever mode we did. Oh, we had 6. Yeah, on DM. That's right. I couldn't remember what mode we were on. Hey, Charles.
Can I say hi to Mike real quick? You're filling in here. Well, I should be. I'm real close to you.
Yeah, very good, Charles. Yep, you and Rick sound great. Well, I only heard you. Unless you can, can you do your impression of Rick?
Oh, it's Rick. Ashland City. I'm Ashland City.
Oh, his voice has a higher register, does it?
I don't know.
Sounded kind of goofy.
Hey, one quick thing. 10 meters has been open this weekend really good. I talked to 3 stations in Germany today and also talked to W1AW yesterday.
Oh, awesome. Did you hear that Greg, KC4, KD4, CVE, talked to Australia? Jealous. That's what I'm about. I'm going to go over and rip down his antenna and keep it.
Well, I say good luck, and I'm still waiting on Japan and Russia.
Oh, you haven't worked Russia before, really?
I have not, but I've been dying to.
Now it might be a little tough. They might be a little reluctant to get on the air. I don't really know, but I'm sure there's still. I've not heard them recently, but I'm sure there's Russians on the air. I had no problem getting to them. Well, I say no problem. I ran into them a lot.
Well, I hear that, and I guess that'll be subject for another day. So I'm not going to bore you anymore. Back to net control.
Very good. That's Mike. YRF and Rick by kind of a he's there on the site there, so but he's there. Kilo November 4, Tango Juliet 5 truck. And they had to be, and Mike does the Fusion net at 7:30 on Saturday nights. He also does the 10-meter net, which I didn't announce tonight, which I should have. 10-meter net on Sunday nights. That's tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. 28.415 upper sideband, 7:30 p.m. Be there, or like my dad used to say, 30 lashes with a wet noodle. Who else is west?
KO4OTV.
Hello, Joel. You sound pretty strong tonight.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. Yeah, man. I didn't make any of the nets, so the time got away from me. I figured I'd at least make this one.
You say that's funny. I'm sure I've said this, and I got to tell you, when my mother was born and raised, she spent her whole life in Western New York. She spent time here when I moved to the senior center, and she joined a knitting club at the Juliet. Mount Juliet is filled Southern ladies, and so they had to get used to her, and she had to get used to them. But the one lady came in, she was late getting to the knitting society club, and she said, "I'm sorry, I'm late. Time got away from me," just like you said. Time got away from me. My mother said, "Who's Tom?" Said, "What?" She goes, "You said Tom got away from you. Who's Tom?" She said, "No, Tom." She points at her watch. Tom.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm from Milwaukee originally, so all my family, when they hear me talk, I have to explain quite a bit because my accent is so strong.
Yeah, no, I get it. We were down. My wife and I were down to. We drove down to Lawrenceburg to watch T. Graham Brown and some other great artists that were on the stage last night. And it was so funny to me as I sat there. I'm so used to being in the South and listening to country and Western and gospel singers, etc. I thought I turned to my wife, and she's from Long Island, and she loves that stuff. She loved it all her life. And I said, you're never going to.
I sure won't. I did, however, get on the 2 meter on my way home yesterday. I drove up to that job at Facebook and found out Michael actually is up here by me now.
At the moment, he is, yes.
That's outstanding. I was wondering, we were on 10 meters the other night. I was like, man, it sounds like you're running an amp. I had no idea. He was just down here on, I think, Gibbs Road or something like that.
I don't know the address. They keep it secret. They don't want to tell me.
Well, that's how it is over here. You know how it is.
Well,
Well, I haven't in a long time, but yeah, I'd say that's the case.
when I worked the first move on their construction, which was crazy with people from all over the country working construction and booming in the early 70s. And 2 or 3 of the guys I was working with were fleeing justice from another state.
Oh, I'm too old to flee. I just have to walk away.
He's walking justice. Anyway, yeah, no, that's a nice area up there. It's pretty rugged, really. I mean, compared to Mount Juliet.
Oh yeah. It's where I'm at, especially. I mean, they don't even run. Women don't even have internet or TV. I think there's a phone line that runs down here. I don't think anybody uses it, but you barely even have cell phone service here.
Yeah, I guess this may come as a shock to you, but there are areas of the state that have right out of your house. Go right out, right out.
It's definitely an oddity where I'm at, but however, I did get a postcard in the mail from the power company, and they are going to run some fiber, which it probably won't be out here until the last part of it. But I'd say in the next couple of years, I'll at least have some.
So you're on satellite now?
Well, I use a Dish Network for my TV, and I have it's a modem that runs off. It's not a hotspot. That's what I thought. I kept telling it was a hotspot, but it's just a modem. It's the size of a regular modem. It sits on my wall, and then it runs off the cell phone towers, and that's exactly how I get my internet.
Oh yeah. I guess that's not quite as fast as a piped in one, is it?
Oh no, it's nowhere near as slow as the satellite internet. Because I'm going to tell you, that's a waste of money. They put you on a 2-year contract, and it costs a bunch of money to break it if you want to get away from it, which I did because it was just a waste of money because the thing never worked, So it was just so then I went that route. It's a much better product than the satellite by far.
Oh wow, yeah. Because I know you can get it with, which I use when I'm mobile on my handheld, not my handheld, but my smartphone.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's I use a hotspot, from my DMR when I'm traveling. That way I don't have to connect to repeaters because it works good on repeaters just if you're sitting still, but if you're mobile, I recommend the hotspot.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, very good. Anything good for the net?
No, that's it, Paul. It's all you. Y'all doing 6 tonight?
Yes. After the one, well, dang, get my numbers all messed up. After this is the 144.240, and then the 6 meter.
Okay, well I'll be there then.
All right, you have to be.
Absolutely.
Very good. Nobody has to be. Who else? I'm sorry. That was Joel and Jolton. Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Tango Victor. Who else is the West?
Kilo Golf 4 Lima Victor Jack and Donaldson.
Hello, Jack. Jack, you don't even speak modem, do you?
I remember those. Oh yeah, just enjoying this weather and cleaning out the garden and planting some garlic and planting some asparagus.
I really have never grown garlic. How many? Does a plant have more than one of those multiple garlic blooms on?
What you do is you break those little cloves apart and you plant each one of them, and each one will grow a whole new plant.
You dissuade other creatures from moving in?
Yeah, it does keep some pests away.
I know it keeps friends away too.
Well,
oh, is that right?
Yeah, it grows year round.
Oh, I did not know that. My garlic story. We were looking for a place to eat. It was close by. We were driving by it, and it was a Spanish restaurant on the outskirts of St. Augustine, Florida. Garlic chicken. I said, "Oh man, that sounds excellent." I got that garlic chicken. These guys were from The guy, it was only we were the only ones in it. A guy, father or something, little tiny restaurant, and they had garlic chicken. I mean to tell you, it's like they fed the chicken with garlic while I was growing garlic when they did it, and that thing was. I probably didn't have friends for about 2 weeks.
You probably didn't have a cold either.
Oh my God. I mean, just the way it was seasoned. Beyond that, I know that garlic isn't the favorite of many people, but I love it.
Well, I like that roasted garlic a lot.
Oh man, making me hungry.
Well, thanks for doing that, Paul. I'll let somebody else check in. AG4I.
Jack in Donaldson, Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Who else is West? Hey, Greg, everything okay?
You're well. We need to get a theme song or a jingle.
Yeah, well, we have to sing it since we can't play recorded music.
Well, yeah.
It just can't. I think there's a funny distinction there. My wife was asking me about that, and I said, "Well, you can't have music." I said, "No, you can have music. It just can't be recorded music." But then at the same time, if you started singing songs and nobody was replying, that would be broadcasting, and you can't do that either.
Well, I won't be saying
No, me neither. Nah, like somebody said, I only carry a tune in a bucket. Very good. Anything else for that? You working any more FM around the world? Yeah, that's awesome. That was on 10 meters, I think. Yeah, I don't think it was FM. Nobody's goofy enough to use FM for DX stuff. That's I don't know how many people even try that. Tell you the truth. All right, everybody heard that from Greg. FM DX on 10 meters. Give it a shot. Anyway, anything else for the net, Greg? Yep, K4PEW with the Mount Juliet Simplex radio nets, I should say. Who else is West? Hey, go ahead, Mike. I think it's stolen, but go ahead, Greg. What kind of antenna you got? Michael was wondering which antenna you're using for 10 meters.
Oh, this is my toy setup. It's Tram 1490. There's a half wave over a quarter wave, 70 foot vertical, no radio.
No radio 1490. It's a Tram 1498. So he can only get other trams because it's such a cheap antenna.
All right, I was just wondering.
Yeah, no, it's a Tram 1498. It's a half wave over a quarter wave. That's built for 11 meters, wasn't it originally, Greg?
It's 25 to 31 megahertz. It's real wide band. It's real nice.
Okay, 25 to 30 megahertz. Gotcha. Anyway, yeah, if you can, again, it's amazing what will work with the right conditions. My gosh, you could have you could have a stinking 32-foot vertical hanging from a tree with no radios and still make those same contacts under the right conditions.
Yeah, I'm hearing people in their mobile, all over the place. So they're riding away. I think it's going to get better.
I hope so. That'd be great. I can waste a lot more time away from my wife. She'll hate me more. Anyway, that was Greg. He's in Antioch, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is West? Over to the south, or down to the south, I should say. Hold on one moment, Tony. KF4, KFQ. Hold on one second. Charles beat you in there. All right, Charles. From Brock, did you get back to your digital modes?
Oh no, I ran in and got me something to eat. Come right back out. So I was just waiting everybody get done there.
Ah, very good. Everything going well?
Oh yeah. You saw about Russia. Yeah, I do a lot of FTA, so there's always Russians on there. And I worked in a new country this week, which was South Korea for me.
Oh, that's awesome. I've never done South Korea. I had a guy from Korea call me on the Echo Link one time, but that's like.
Well, FTA, it's digital, so you only run about 30 watts. So Trinidad. I also got Fiji, but I think I had worked Fiji before.
Oh, that's awesome. I know I have never worked. Well, I don't think I've worked Fiji. I'd have to look. No, FT8's in a way. It's FT8 is it's a good mode, but it's almost too simple.
Yeah, it's definitely a lazy man's radio, but I like it. It's fun. It's definitely a lot easier than doing Hill Striver there.
Oh yeah, it's a little more exciting. I know that when I never got to FT8. I stopped at JT65, and I was shocked really. I worked 65 and I worked 48 states in 28 days, and I said, huh, that's just too much. It's too easy, man.
Anyway, y'all ever get in? I'll just sit back and listen for a little while. Hey, people again.
Very good. That's Charles. Mr. Hellschreiber. For a long time. That's Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November, Quebec. Tony, you doing all right? Aside from, I mean, you're the only one I ever talked to on DMR, so, and 220. At least you got Tony. At least you got what you call it, Frank to talk to.
Yeah, but we can't get Frank up on DMR.
No, I think he might have reached his limit by pushing him into 220.
Well, no, he's listening to all of us griping and complaining, and he's just like, no, not until they get the technology squared away.
I just think it's a lousy propagator. That's what it is. DMR is a lousy propagator.
Oh, that's what that means. My wife called me that all the time.
Yeah, that's right. A no good propagating bum.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Anyway, no, that's about all. I'm just sitting here waiting for all the other nets to come along.
This will be our cavalcade of Nets night. That's what we got to call him. Anyway, that is Tony. He is in Smyrna. Yeah, good signal. Still, he only hears two people on DMR. Me and Frank. It's in Smyrna. I think he's Frank's in Smyrna or Antioch. I forget which. Who else? Hold on, Charles. Who's at mobile station?
Kilo 4, Kilo Charlie Foxtrot.
Ah, very good. What are you chasing down mobile there, Kevin?
I was just coming back from Boxwell Boy Scout camp. Had a volunteer day.
Uh-huh. Of course, everybody there is pretty much a volunteer, aren't they?
Pretty much the adults get together that work there. And, it's like kind of like a mini staff reunion. And we get together and hang gutters and haul brush, fix electrical things, and you name it.
Oh, you mean work?
Yeah, for free.
Well, it's always for free when you're a volunteer.
That's funny how it works that way.
See, what you need to do is start doing a lot of nets like I do. And that's where you make the big no money.
Hey, you have thousands of dollars worth of equipment to make nothing.
I don't even want to go there. It's so funny when you think about it, how much money we spend on crap just so we can talk without our cell phones.
For music, you have a $10,000 bandstand with all the equipment and instruments, and you make tens of dollars.
Yeah, well, I overheard a guy, I don't even know who it was, he was talking about his boat. He says, because on a cost benefit ratio, his fish are now up to about $1,500 a pound.
Roger that. This is K4KCS mobile. I'll go ahead and send that back to you.
Very good. That was Kevin. He's mobile tonight on his way back from Boxwell Scout Camp, and he's normally down in Almaville. By the way, I went down by your place yesterday when we were going back and forth to wherever we went, Lawrenceburg. Who else is south? Hey, hold on one second, Larry. Go ahead, Charles.
That TNQ earlier, you never said where he's at. I'm just trying to get an idea where it was at, what I can hear.
Oh, TNQ, KC4 TNQ is he's in West Nashville.
Yes, well, thank you.
Yep. I think I heard Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. It goes well for you there, Larry?
Yeah, we're doing good down here. Had 4 checks here until the feast started tonight.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, we figure between 4 and 6 is a great number, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about that. Well, let's get on with it, Paul. Okay,
very good. That's Larry in the Rockvale. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Always with a good D-Star Net at 7:15 on Saturday nights. That's our advertising for the day. and I do the DMR net at 7. I kick it off. Of course, we had 6 people on DMR tonight, which is pretty good. Of course, it's everybody who's got DMR, it looks like. Anybody else, Sal?
Hey, Paul, KM4GM.
Hello, Tom. You've got, do you jump on any of those digital nets at all? I know you're not on the DMR net, but I thought you had D-Star.
Yep, sure do have D-Star, and I did check in with Larry. And it was me and Larry and Jack and Dawson. Earl over in Noreen was the 4th.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, hopefully. I'm surprised I didn't hear Earl on 2 meters tonight yet. Oh, I haven't gotten over to the east, that's why.
You haven't called him yet. Not his turn yet. I bet he's there. I bet he's listening. Anyway, well, we were tickled to death about the Tennessee Volunteers taking out the Alabama Crimson Tide after 15 years of Alabama owning that football team. Tennessee finally got some payback. It was a very close game. 4 hours and it was like 4 hours and 20 minutes long. It's a long game. And I think the goalpost ended up in the Tennessee River behind the stadium.
That doesn't matter. I'm afraid somebody's going to get gold-plated goalposts for that game.
So that was the excitement for our night. So we'll let you get on with it. Glad to be here. It's been a minute or two since I checked in. Thought I'd better make amends. Have fun and pick up some more in the south there. KM410.
I gotta ask one question of you though, since I think you've lived lifelong here in Tennessee, and I've not. And I haven't followed Tennessee, off and on. I've seen Tennessee play because I lived in the South so long. But have you ever seen that many people flood the field after a game? I mean, it was completely packed, the whole field.
I have not personally, but I did hear the commentators say something about the last time that Florida, and I think that was it's been a long time ago. It was like in the late '90s or something like that. It was the last.
Oh, that's still awesome. I mean, even if I didn't follow football at all, zero, I would find that game very exciting because it was back and forth. I was going to win after a couple of those mistakes by Tennessee.
Yeah, and at the time, well, of course, Alabama's fallen to I think number 3 now, which is still really, really good. It was awesome football. Gunning for you. Sooner or later, somebody's going to take you out, and I'm just glad it was Tennessee because it's been a long time.
Just got a kick out of it. Did you see? I don't know if you saw they did a quick interview of the coach, Tennessee's coach, and he said, "How about tonight?" And he's yelling, he goes, "It's the best SEC football. There's nothing's better than this." He wasn't even saying, we beat Alabama. It was just, this is great,
Yeah. Well, Knoxville is rocking tonight. I can assure you. I bet you every bar in that town is packed. And probably will be till 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm not sure it won't go past it. They're going to run out of beer.
Probably so. They probably have some on standby just in case, I hope.
Oh my gosh. I can't. Knoxville's not that big a town.
Yeah. Well, I guarantee you. I've been to one Tennessee years and years ago, and the team won, and that town was just turned upside down. They really take their football serious.
Yeah, and as I followed, as I lived in Florida for 35 years, quickly said, and so I tended to watch Florida, watch them play, and that's where I learned that I love the SEC, and I loved all of them. Every single team it was a joy to watch SEC teams because they were the best, and I still think they're the best conference in the entire country. I believe they are, at least for competitive, and they're just more competitive than any other conference. Anyway, Florida is filled with, I'll just use the term transients. It's not a lot of people who live there their whole lives. And so in turn, I don't think it's as exciting as you find here in Tennessee, where that's your team. Tennessee is the state's team. It's been that way for a long time.
Yep. To your point, sure it is. All right, Paul, that's all I got. So Also, I was going to try my best to reach you on the 6 meter net and the sideband net. There's a little, so listen up for me. Maybe you can hear me. I think I got the beam pointed north. You're north of me, so kind of your direction, but I've got an issue with my mast and the rotor, so I have to kind of limp it along there. KM410. See you later.
Yeah, very good. That was Tom. He's in Rockville. Kilo Mike 4, Tango Mike. Who else, Sal? I heard, hey, Paul. Who's that? Now, I heard him talking, but I didn't hear. Anybody got a relay? Oh, no, I got you in there, Richard. I just didn't hear all of what you said. Very good. I got you in there, Richard. You and Stephanie. That was Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo, and Kilo India 4, Sierra Oscar Romeo. Stephanie. Who else is wherever I was? South. That's right. What's up, Charles?
KM410, Rockwell. Is that near Murfreesboro?
Yes, it is near it. Not real close, but I mean within 10 miles or so, I guess.
I heard him about S7, S9 up there.
Well, he's got about a 80 or 90-foot tower with that X700 antenna on top, and I think he's got 100 watts on it, so he gets out really good.
I just wanted to let you know.
Oh yeah, very good. I'm glad. I know that too. They're here in your way, Ashland City area. Who else is south? Hello, Eddie. Everything.
Tell you what, I really enjoyed it. Nice weather.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Yeah, it just feels so nice, and it's not too hot and it's not too cold.
Yeah, just right to get stuff done outside. So, thanks for what you do. Hope everybody's doing okay. Stand by, be listening. W4
Yeah, very good. That's Whiskey for Echo Bravo X-ray, and that's Eddie in what do you call it, Gladeville. Who else is south? South or east?
Kilo 50.
Hey, where you been, man? You been like AWOL?
What? Yeah, we kind of went on some vacation time there and everything else. And I had my weekend mixed up, and I thought this was the weekend for the breakfast instead of last weekend.
Did you have a good breakfast?
And Sid took the wife up to, she wanted to go to see the Granville up there for the Mayberry deal up there today.
Oh, cool. Is that a good time?
Yeah, we had enjoyed it, but wasn't what I expected. A little less enthusiastic than I thought it would be.
Well, local volunteers as actors. What do you get?
Yeah, when everybody's volunteer up there, some of them were real enthusiastic, some of them almost acted like they didn't want to be there.
Well, they can't afford to hire real actors.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Anyway, how goes it for you otherwise, Kerry?
Everything's going good. It's been busy here lately. I don't know what you said words today in there that I was really happy with the outcome today. Yes, I am from Alabama, but my favorite team is whoever's playing.
I'm with you. I tell you what, a great rivalry though.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Many years back, one of the last times when Tennessee beat Alabama, I was still living back home and had taken a bet. I was betting for Tennessee on the game, and had a fella that didn't like the fact that he lost his bet to me.
Yeah.
And so when he paid his little $5 bet back to me, he came in on Monday morning and sits a mason jar on my desk with $5 worth of pennies. The whole jar was filled with honey.
I wouldn't care.
Well, the joke was actually on him for $10 before the end of the day because I like the idea so much.
Oh, that's funny.
Other than that, nothing else for the net guys. Just sorry I haven't been on the radio here lately, and back to net. And I hope everybody has a good evening. 7-3, everybody.
Well, refresh my memory. What else besides Auburn? See, that's the thing is Alabama has both Auburn and Alabama, University of Alabama. So they got two big teams in the SEC in that state. There's only who else is in the SEC in this state? I forget. Is Vanderbilt in the SEC? No.
They kind of split some of that stuff up nowadays. I don't follow it real well. I'm not really a big sports fan, but they got something like that. Nowadays, you'll have to ask one of the guys that actually follows that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was my favorite fan back for many years. I root for Auburn and whoever plays against Alabama.
That's right. Well, that's what's fascinating. It really is. It's almost like a cult. You know, if you're a follower of Alabama, it's a cult. If you follow Auburn, it's a cult. If you follow Tennessee real close, that's a cult. But it's not a bad cult.
Not everybody has their thing, but growing up down in Alabama, 90% of the Alabama fans, especially the adamant ones that want to cause all the problems, have never set foot on the campus or even at a game.
No. What are you kidding me? You're supposed to actually go to that school? Of course not.
Yeah, it's just like the way it is down there. Anyhow, y'all have fun, and we'll catch you later.
Very good. That's Kilo 5 Sierra. It's Carrie in Baird's Mill. Who else is south?
Where's Baird's Mill?
Baird's Mill is south. Is it south or southeast of Lebanon? There, Carrie.
More due south. I'm right here up by the Cedars Lebanon State Park.
Okay, near the Cedars Lebanon State Park. You know where that is? Just almost due south of Lebanon.
Can he hear me? I got him by the S3.
Were you copying Charles there, Carrie?
Maybe I get some static.
But S3, because you have almost like a 50 over to me, so you're a big signal here locally. But he's up in Ashland City.
To me about a 60 over Paul. Of course, it just kind of depends. I'm down in this little hole here.
I understand. Now you're doing good though out of that hole. Is it the A hole or the B hole?
Well, where I'm at, I'm up from the entrance to the Cedars of Lebanon, which is like a half mile down the road. I'm about 100 feet lower than that. Got about 38-foot mast, and then that X5. Yeah, I heard him just fine. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. And we got Carrie in there, Kilo 5 Sierra. Anybody else south? All right, east, please come now. East, is Earl out there? Got to dig him out. Earl? Nobody east.
KG4 CXC.
Chris in there. So Chris, you sound good and strong.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of people tonight. Sounds good out there.
Yeah, it does. Of course, you're down there in.
That is correct. Yeah, I don't know the elevation here, but I would say you're a little bit higher. I'm a little bit south there, but yeah, it sounds good. How are you?
Doing great. It's been a beautiful day.
Yeah, it was a very nice day out there. I went for a little bit of a walk outside. We need to get another one in before the evening goes away.
I'm still recovering from that. We drove 2 hours south to go to that Lawrenceburg event at the theater down there, and 2 hours back. And so I spent 4 hours driving to see a 2-hour event.
Yeah, those long driving, yeah, that wears you out. So about 6 hours, it feels like you've had a whole day then.
Oh yeah. And anyway, it was good. It was good. Anyway, anything else?
No, that's all I've got. Everybody enjoy the evening. 73.
Very good. That's Chris in Rural Hill, Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. Rural Hill, south of me, approximately 5 or 6 miles. Who else is? Who is that other station in there? Very good. How you doing there? I hadn't. You haven't checked in a while, but you're either. Are you on 4?
go ahead.
Ah, there you go. Now we got you in there. How you doing? I heard kids in the background.
Yeah, that's my granddaughter too. Runs around in circles screaming. That's what they do.
Ah, that's their job.
Yeah, you know that's right. KJ4RMO, Trouble and Burns.
Yeah, very good. Furnace. Is that the what's the name of the town again?
Cumberland Furnace, Dixon County.
Yeah, very good. That's Cumberland Furnace. I should have remembered that. I don't believe I've ever been there, David. But anyway, that's Kilo Juliet 4 Romeo Mike Oscar in Cumberland Furnace. Big signal though. Really nice signal there. David, I hope to see you again soon or hear from you again soon. That's anyway. That's KJ4RMO. Who else is next? All right, I doubled in there, but Stan won that one. How you doing, Stan?
Doing well. How about you, Paul?
I'm doing fantastic. As long as I can get a really halfway decent meal. Of course, being on a relatively limited diet, I don't really, I don't know what a big meal is anymore.
Thank you.
I don't know what a big meal is anymore. I never eat big meals anymore. Where I used to be a pig.
Well, I guess that's a good thing.
Now it is. It's good. In fact, I looked it up tonight. Not that anybody cares. I looked it up. I said, I want to know. See, I got up to 286 pounds. And so I pulled up, I can pull it up online, my records from the VA. And I looked it up and it was 3 years ago. I weighed 286. So it's taken me 3 years, slowly but surely, to get down to 240.
That's pretty hefty, Paul.
Oh, believe you me, I'm the one that had to drag it around. How you doing?
Man, I think I'm down to about 170 now.
Oh, that's awesome. Very good. How you feeling? Another one?
Feeling pretty good.
All right. Well, very good. Anything good for the net tonight?
I don't know. I put my 220 antenna back up. Gonna try that again if we have a 220 net tonight.
There will be one after we finish the 6-meter net. We'll be there. And I should be able to hear you just fine. I heard you doing some testing the other day, and I don't remember what the reason was. One day I didn't get back to you when you asked me that on a text, but I should be able to hear you fine.
Well, we'll see tonight.
Very good. That was Stan in Lebanon. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel, Quebec Echo. Was there another station in there?
Yeah, the KQ4AC.
Hey, Chris, how are you? Another rural healer. Copy of me there? Fran, hear me? He's not transmitting now. I'm not sure if he knows that. Checked in but can't transmit. Well, Chris, try again in a minute. That was Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Echo Tango. Chris is in. He's listed as Mount Juliet, but it's really rural hill. Who else is east? Anybody else east? Please come in. All righty. We got any sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, who else? Stalkers, slackers, and or skulkers. That's what, not stalkers. We don't deal with stalkers. Skulkers. So slackers or lackeys. Which category are you identifying as tonight, there, Frank?
Slacker.
Yeah, very good. Everything all right?
Yeah, just had tired today. Did a lot of work outside, but weather was awesome.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's the kind of weather you can do shade tree mechanics all day long.
Yeah, working on the neighbor stuff, they had mine back and forth. Yeah, it was good though. Good to be outside. It's sure better than when it was 100 degrees.
I hear somebody trying to transmit right there, but there was no audio. In case you don't realize that there's no, not you, Frank. So you heard that other party?
Yeah, about S5, but just noise.
Yeah, it sounded like Richard.
It was, and I heard Richard fine when he was talking on his HD earlier.
Yeah, it was pretty weak to me, but I could copy him mostly. Where?
Yeah, it was busier than I wanted to be.
I don't know. You got to enjoy it, don't you?
Yeah, I was hoping to get out. I was going to try to, um, if my neighbor wouldn't have came over, I was going to try to talk to him while he was up there at Stevenston, for the POTA and the JOTA thing. But, well, I didn't get a chance.
Oh, well. Yeah, life gets in the way of what a fun is.
Yeah, well, yeah, it wasn't family, it's neighbor, but, they say family first, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Anything else for the net, Frank?
Actually, nothing. Thanks for doing that. Just hi and bye and got a treat. Give me another kitchen.
Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo. Great signal out of northwest Mount Juliet. Anybody else? Any place anywhere? Hey, go ahead, Michael.
Man, I'll tell you, Frank is killing it up here. He's at 5, but audio is just the worst.
I think you copied that, didn't you, Frank?
Yes, sir. Yes, I did. Unfortunately, I don't know. He's not coming in as good as I normally hear him from up there. But I don't know if they're on the beam and it's just not pointed my way 100%. But I do copy him 100%.
Yeah, it's been kind of noisy, but it's still there.
I switched over to the 700. Is that better?
Frank, is that better to you? Because it's better to me, I think, a little bit.
That time I didn't even copy him. I just heard noise.
No, it was just noise that time, Mike.
Okay, buddy. Thank you.
All right, twist it around a little bit. Maybe it's coming off one side badly, like a seam. Very good. Anybody else? Anybody, anywhere, any place?
KO4 DFA.
Hello, John. Jumping in there last again. Man, oh man.
Yeah, I fall into the slacker category tonight. I didn't quite make the net. I was busy. Actually, we got a little temporary hot tub, and I was soaking after doing all that work today.
Hot tubs are dangerous, man. I remember the first time I got in one, I could barely get out.
Yeah, it's a really good kind of dangerous spell. Man, it's a life changer for me. I'm sore everywhere, it seems.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it does make you feel good. You're right, but you can't stay in it, or you need a crane to get you out.
Yeah, I do the 20 minutes. As soon as I start breaking a good sweat, it's time to hop out of there. But yeah, I mean, if there was a way not to drown by falling asleep.
I had a guy working for me. I took a job. I was in Miami, and I met several of the guys that worked for me. There was like 35 of them. And one of the guys, he made a point of coming to see me and kind of welcomed me as one of the field mechanics. And I met him. It was the only time I met him. And then 2 days later, he had a heart attack in his hot tub.
That's not good. I hope it was the hot tub's fault.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I can't imagine, but that was just the deal. And, anyway, it was a sad thing. I meet a guy one time, and 2 days later, he's dead. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping it doesn't cause heart attacks. I've heard that before. I had one when I was a kid and in the house and attached to a pool, but never heard.
Well, if anything, it would slow things down. It's very relaxing.
Oh yeah, it certainly slows everything down. Get in there, just kind of float a little bit, and just release all the stress, and then all your muscles get high, and all those nuts start unwinding. I don't know, I got a little shoulder thing. I've been going to the gym a lot, and now I did something funny to my shoulder, but still.
Oh yeah, it always seems to. Anyway, yeah, you just can't move too fast after getting out of the hot tub. That's the problem. Sometimes you got to be careful how you're walking after that.
Yeah, well, I'm still sweating from it. I'm very warm, but anyway, that's enough hot tub talk.
All right, very good. Anything else for the net, John?
No, just gonna sit here
Alpha. And that is, I'm trying to remember, that's Hermitage, right?
Correct.
And another good semi-guest. I was telling somebody after that, I remember, oh, I know, when I was here at the breakfast, and I said, I think it was, and I said, I said, even though I've been to your home to have that test, I couldn't remember where you were. Anyway, it's just funny how things go. Anyway, Kilo Oscar for John and Hermitage. Who else is any place anywhere? Very good. Last chance for Hoy upper sideband. Very good. That's where we'll go. That's Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, QSYing, as they say, over to 4.240 upper sideband. This is K4PW Mount Juliet Simplex. Check in here on 144-240. Looking for check-ins from the north. Please come in.
Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo.
That was Frank in northwest Mount Juliet. Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo. Who else is north? The sole northerner. Who else is west? All right, very good. I got Michael, Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot, and Kilo November 4 Tango November. Tango YRF TJF. That's what it is. TJF, and they're both in Ashland City. Who else is west?
Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor, Jack and Donaldson.
All right, we got Jack and Donaldson. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. It's funny. Mike sounded better in on 2 meter upper sideband than he did on 2 meters.
He sounded good tonight.
Oh, to you on 2 meters he did?
Yeah.
Ah, very good. Yeah, just a little shaky. I mean, there was a lot of static in it from my side of the fence here. Anyway, who else is west? Ah, very good. You sound good, Tom. But I actually have a dial. I can just turn it any way I want to. Yeah, very good. No, you do sound a little better on sideband. Anyway, who else is that was Tom in Rockville, Kilo Mike 4 Tango Mike. Who else is hold on one second. Easier to me, but I was just open it up a little bit so we could actually see those levels. Tom, are you still there? You can transmit again, please. Oh, there you go. So you're actually about an S6 on that because I had to. Anyway, I opened it up so I could hear more RF gain, and you end up with a real signal there is about 7.5 or so.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, that's a 7 to an 8, something like that.
Yeah, but your audio is great. I would have never guessed. I mean, it sounds like it's way over that actually.
Okay, well, good deal. Glad to know it's working. It seems like the signals overall are down, but maybe that's just conditions.
I imagine it is. Anyway, that was Kilo Mike 4 Tango Mike. Good signal from Rockville. That's Tom. Who else is south? Hey, you sound good there tonight too, Tony.
All right, well, excellent.
Yeah, it's good. I like this mode. It's just not as quiet as FM. It's Kilo Foxtrot 4, Kilo Foxtrot Quebec, Tony in Smyrna. Who else is south? Anybody south or east? All righty, I think. Hold on. I had to get myself situated here. I think I heard Stan in there, KM4HQ. Is that was you, Stan? Yeah, you sound pretty good. Signal's up and down a little bit, but I got you in there solid. Very good. That's Stan in Lebanon, Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Who else is east?
KG4CXE, Chris and Royal.
KG4CXE sounds good. That Royal Hill, that would be a misnomer if I ever heard them. And it's KG4CX for east. Anybody south or east? Anybody any place anywhere? Very very good. Got you in there. I almost was going to stop the net here. We got your number 10, KC4 Tango November Quebec. You got a good signal there. Did you hear it in the other stations tonight? Charlie?
Yes, I did, but I was like if I was something else, I don't remember who they were.
Oh, that's all right. I just wonder if it sounded pretty good to you. That's all. Very good. That was Charles. He's in West Nashville. West Nashville. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Anybody else? Anyplace? Anywhere? Very good. We had 10 check-ins, and we're going to jump over to 6 meters, which is 50. That's 50. That 135 upper sideband on 6 meters. QSYing now, and Mike, if you might make that announcement on 2 meters.
Will do, Paul. Good night, Jack.
This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net on 6 meters upper sideband. Please come now from the north. From the west, let's go there. Wow, am I that weak too? You're weak. I can hear you, but it's very low. No, I understand. It's a really bad. All righty. That was who was it? That was Jack. That's who it was. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor in Donaldson. Who else is the east or west? I mean west.
KO4 OTV.
You're coming a big strong signal there, Joel. Really strong.
Yeah, you're loud to me too. You're about a 5'7".
Huh. It would be that strong. I mean, you're beating out, Jack and Donaldson. How'd you copy Jack?
I just came in, man. I had it on the background. Jack, are you still there?
I don't think Jack can hear. Jack, can you copy in Joel up in Joelton? Oh, okay. His beam points in the other direction, Joel. He doesn't want to talk to you.
That's totally fine there. Yeah, I can't hear him at all.
Oh, that would be a good reason right there. Anyway, that's Joel. 4 Tango Oscar Victor T. I don't even have that right. KO4. How come I got that messed up? Is it TOV? Do I have that right? Oh, it's OTV. That's why. Man, I knew that looked wrong. OTV. How could I forget that? Who else is any play out? West or south?
KM4TM.
Hey, big signal there for you, Tom.
All right, good deal, Paul. Yeah, I'm hearing you quite well. You're about an F9 down here in Rock Vegas.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, no, your audio is huge from up there. So I'm down there. It sounds really good. Hey, how far are you? I forget. You are east of. I'm trying to remember. You're east of Murfreesboro, right? How far is it?
No, I'm southwest of Murfreesboro. I'm 10 miles southwest of downtown Murfreesboro.
Oh, okay, very good. For some reason, I always think of Rockville as being east, and I've never been in Rockville. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Very good. Southwest of Murfreesboro. I got you.
Highway toward Eagleville, and I'm actually closer to Eagleville than I am Murfreesboro. How about that?
Oh, very good. Yeah, like I said, I was just traveling through that area yesterday, going down to Lawrenceburg. Anyway, that was Tom, Kilo Mike 4 Tango Mike. Who else is south? South or east? Hey, very good. Good. Got you in there with a full copy on there, Stan. That was Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Who else is east or east? Well, let's do this. North, south, northwest, south, or east. Hold on, Frank. Who's that other station in there? Is anybody copying that other station? Oh, I heard you that time. Who is this, Charles? No, you're right. But it's not doing real great tonight on 6 meters. But yeah, I got you that time, Charles. That was Kilo Charlie for Tango November Quebec. All right, very good. Good to have you in there, Charles. It was a good try. Like I said, I could just barely hear someone in there. That's why I asked for some help there. But anyway, I heard you once you boosted the power, it was great. Anyway, Frank, were you copying? Uh, oh, that's interesting. I heard some distortion from a couple of people, but I chalked it up to the band. I got you. All kinds of unexplained. We ought to have a TV show, unexplained radio problems. Oh yeah, no, he's got a nice station there. Anyway, that was Frank Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Kilo. Who else is any place anywhere? Any place anywhere. All right, we'll close it out. We had 7 check-ins on 6 meters. Appreciate everybody's check-in, and those of us who have 220 radios, I find that funny because it seems like there's only a handful of us, but there was about 12 actually. So we're going to be on 220 on 220.415. What else would it be? But 415, and we're going to be there if you want to monitor that frequency. That big here is K4PEW closing the net. Don't stop talking on my account. K4PEW. Hey, Tony. Good copy tonight.
Well, thank you very much. I heard you fine, but I probably won't hear anybody else.
Well, we shall see. Who else is out there tonight? I heard I heard Eddie in there a little bit ago, but I wasn't banned. Hey, Jack. How copy tonight? Okay, so you're hearing Tony. Can you hear? What a funny image on YouTube tonight, man. It looks freaky. It looks like somebody's watching me. Tony, are you copying Greg at all? I mean, Jack at all?
Nothing. Not even nothing. And I've got the squelch wide open.
Yeah, he can hear you though. So obviously that signal's going over, but it ain't coming back. All right, let's hold on. Who else is out there, please? That was Jack KG4ILB, and we got Tony KF4KFQ. Anybody else? Very good. Got you in there. I'm going to ask Tony again. Were you copying Greg at all tonight?
Not a word.
Okay, very good. That's kind of standard. So we should be used to that. He can't hear you, Greg. Can you hear? Could you hear Tony tonight?
Let me try it on this one.
All righty. Tell me when you're ready.
Tony, go ahead.
Tony, go ahead.
This is KF4, KFQ, 1, 2, 3, 4, KF4.
I can copy him on my vertical, but not on the one I'm transmitting on. So once again, I got to get that.
Yeah, he can copy you, Tony, just on one antenna, but not the other. Very good. I'm just sorry that you can't hear more there, Tony. So I don't know how aggravating that must be for you to have 2 radios. You can only listen to me.
My beam is pointing 90 degrees away from him, and you know, and already it's bad that way. So.
Yeah, I got you. Very good. We'll keep giving it the college try, or I don't know what you want to call it. So we'll give it the old ham radio try, or the simplex try. Who else? Anybody else out there on 220? Oh man, I know I heard Eddie in there, W4EBX in there earlier. Well, very good. Yeah, it was funny how I tuned into that football game. I just turned it on. I wondered if I could get it on my handheld, on my phone, and I could. And I was just watching part of it. Like I said, It was fun, but I haven't watched a college football game in I can't even tell you how long. It's probably a couple of years, several years. Anybody else got anything for a silent net?
I was going to say that there weren't any professional football teams in the South. It was just, college to college games. So that's one reason the college football and SEC is a lot bigger than some of the other conferences, I think.
Yeah, I think you make a good point because what was there before? Atlanta didn't have a team. Miami didn't have a team. Tampa didn't have a team. Charlotte didn't have a team. You're right. I think Washington D.C. might have been well. There was Dallas, but that was over in Texas.
We were like one of the last areas of the country to have any professional team.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's interesting. I've forgotten about that. But anyway, it's all good though. I mean, there's people are having a good time with it. More power to them. It just sells beer.
The people that are the most rabid are the people that never went to school there.
It is something to rally around. It's really that simple. Because the fact is, even if you looked at the Tennessee Titans or if you look at the hockey team, how many people grew up with hockey here, but they love the hockey club, and how many people have, they don't know any of those players. Most of them aren't from Tennessee. They're not from Nashville. They're not from anywhere around here. Lots of them. I don't know which ones are or aren't. But what I'm saying, you're just rallying around a team that represents your area. That's all they want.
Right, it's something that you can belong to and be a part of.
Yeah, and you can fight other people about it, and get black eyed and.
Mayhem.
Well, it's true. I mean, you look at the troubles that happen in countries like South America with soccer, and also in England with soccer. The club teams that play against each other, they even have I don't know if they're still doing it, but there were, those who they called them hooligans travel with the team to make trouble in other countries.
In England, they call those teddy boys.
So,
Hold on to them.
actually, stand.
In England, they call those teddy boys.
Yeah, I heard you. Hold on.
And so drunk and they're all standing there. They're probably bumping into each other. That's probably what causes the fight.
In the junior leagues up in Canada, it's the same kind of thing. That they have these little local hockey fields, hockey stadiums, little hockey, and they were fun to go to because really people got rowdy. Let me tell you.
Still there? I am. I have a Midwatch Tri-Band HT coming in tomorrow for 220. Great. What kind? K-Sun for $40. You'll be able to hear me good when I hook it up to the 600-point torch. I think Paul will hear me fine too. Yeah.
And is it brand new?
Yeah. K-Sun, K-S-U-N. They got two versions of England, but you got to look at it on Amazon. We'll figure it may be a cheap entry for some people with a good antenna.
Well, I mean, we struggled too at first without having the proper antennas and get at the proper height, and then you can start to hear people, And Tony's really at a disadvantage because he's got something he can't overcome easily.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ugly. On my 510, because the dual band, but not for this band. I think we got for this band.
Yeah, I get it. Well, I don't want to extend this YouTube video too long, so I'm going to close out the video portion of that. Appreciate anybody who's watching, and look at that screen, man. It is really ugly. It looks like there's a magic eye watching. You can see the camera is facing the screen that's off on the. That's a reflection on how that screen looks when it's looking at itself, and then it's looking at, and I'm over here. That's funny. Anyway, for those who can now, everybody can see how silly I am. In fact, you can see the lights from you can see it down here on the lower left hand, the lower right hand of the screen. You can see the radio screen here from the radio on my desk here for the 220. Anyway, I'm closing out that portion of that. So good night, everybody who's on the net or on the stream here. And it's goodbye.